Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I'm Tanu Solanki, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on daily basis to help you crack prelims. Due to COVID-19, we are facing some issues and I would like to apologize for the sound quality. So let's begin today's episode with the practice question from our last segment. Consider the following statements. The Academy Awards, also known as Oscars, are presented annually by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. Anthony Hopkins is the oldest actor to win the Oscar. It was the first time in history that the Academy Awards or Oscar Awards were postponed. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement here is correct. Academy Awards are presented annually by Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. The second statement is also correct. Anthony Hopkins is the oldest actor to win the Oscar, who is, by the way, 83 years old. And the third statement is incorrect. It is not the first time. It has been postponed 3 times in the past. This was the 4th time, which makes option A the correct answer, 1 and 2. The Academy Awards, also known as Oscars, are the most coveted and prestigious awards in the entertainment industry across the globe. They are presented annually by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. 83-year-old Anthony Hopkins is the oldest actor to win the Oscar for The Father. This was for the 4th time that the Academy Awards were postponed. Consider the following statements regarding Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. The Act also applies to citizens of India outside India. Offences under this Act are cognizable. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement here is correct. It also applies to citizens of India outside India. The second statement is also correct. Offences under this Act are cognizable, which makes option C the correct answer, both 1 and 2. Recently, the National Investigation Agency Court has rejected bail application of 18 people accused in the DJ Hali riots case. All 18 had been booked under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. The Uapa Act is aimed to make powers available for the government for dealing with activities directed against the integrity and sovereignty of India. Besides the residing citizens, the provision of this Act apply to citizens of India outside India, persons in the service of the government, wherever they may be, persons on ships and aircrafts registered in India, wherever they may be. The offences punishable under the Act are cognizable. A cognizable offence is an offence in which the police officer can arrest the convict without a warrant and can start an investigation without the prior permission of the court. The medical condition of hypoxia refers to which of the following situations? Absence of enough oxygen in the blood, lack of platelets in blood, decreased blood flow to brain, decrease in level of blood sugar. So hypoxia refers to absence of enough oxygen in blood. Recently, it has been found that coronavirus affected people are having critically low oxygen levels, 50 to 60%. This situation is called hypoxia. Consider the following statements regarding Asian Development Bank. It was conceived in 1991 during the time of liberation, privatization and globalization. It is headquartered in Beijing, China. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement here is incorrect. It was conceived in 1960s. The second statement is also incorrect. It is headquartered in Mandaluyong and not Beijing. Mandaluyong is in Philippines, which makes option D the correct answer. Both the statements here are incorrect. Recently, the Asian Development Bank has raised its forecast for India's growth in 2021-22 to 11% from 8% earlier, even as it warned that failure to control the resurgence of COVID-19 cases. ADB was conceived in early 1960s as a financial institution that would be Asian in character and foster economic growth. Consider the following statements regarding Department of Parliamentary Standing Committees. They consist of 25 members, in which 15 from Lok Sabha and remaining from Rajya Sabha. The minister of the concerned department is the chairman of the committee. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement here is incorrect. They have 31 members in total, from which 21 are from Lok Sabha and 10 from Rajya Sabha. The second statement is also incorrect. A minister is not eligible to be nominated as a member of any standing committee, which makes option D the correct answer. Both the statements are incorrect. Due to the ongoing second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, there has not been any meeting of the departmental parliamentary standing committees for more than a month. Each standing committee consists of 31 members, with 21 members from Lok Sabha and 10 from Rajya Sabha. A minister is not eligible to be nominated as a member of any of the standing committees. Moving on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding Human Rights Watch. It is a United Nations agency working for advocacy on human rights. They refuse separate government funding. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement here is incorrect. It is a non-governmental agency. And the second statement is correct. They refuse to take government funding to keep themselves non-biased, which makes option B the correct answer. Human Rights Watch is an international non-governmental organization headquartered in New York City that conducts research and advocacy on human rights. They direct their advocacy towards governments, armed groups, and businesses, pushing them to change or enforce their laws, policies, and practices. To ensure their independence, they refuse government funding and carefully review all donations to ensure that they are consistent with their policies, missions, and values. Moving on to the next question. The term Veklury, recently seen in news, is another name of which of the following vaccines? First, Molnupiravir, Remdesivir, Favipiravir, or Virafin. So the correct answer is Remdesivir. The US manufacturer of antiviral drug Remdesivir used in the treatment of COVID-19 has announced that it will donate at least 450,000 vials of the injection under the brand name Veklury to India. This is because the country is facing a shortage of the drug. Consider the following statements. Under the provision of Drug Prices Control Order 2013, only the prices of drugs that figured in the National List of Essential Medicines are monitored and controlled. Oxygen inhalation is a scheduled formulation covered under the National List of Essential Medicines. Which of the above statements are correct? So both the statements here are correct, which makes option C the correct answer. Let's see the explanation. Under the provision of Drug Prices Control Order 2013, only the prices of drugs that figure in the National List of Essential Medicines are monitored and controlled by the regulator, the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. Essential medicines are those that satisfy the priority healthcare needs of the majority of population. The primary purpose of NLEM is to promote rational use of medicines and considering the three important aspects, that is cost, safety, and efficacy. Oxygen inhalation or medicinal gas is a scheduled formulation covered under the National List of Essential Medicines. Consider the following statements. The DRDO's facility, Defense Electronics Application Laboratory, has indigenously developed three variants of chaff rocket. Chaff rocket is primarily a mechanism that, when fired, acts as a decoy to deflect the guiding mechanism of enemy missiles. Chaff rocket are used for the protection of naval ships from guided missile attacks. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement is incorrect. It is indigenously developed by Defense Laboratory, Jodhpur, and not Defense Electronics Application Laboratory. The second and third statement, however, are correct, which makes option B the correct answer. Let's see the explanation. DRDO's facility, Defense Laboratory, Jodhpur, has indigenously developed three variants of chaff rockets, namely short-range chaff rocket, medium-range chaff rocket, and long-range chaff rocket. Chaff rocket is primarily a mechanism that, when fired, acts as a decoy to deflect the guiding mechanism of enemy missiles. Chaff rockets are to be used for the protection of naval ships from guided missile attacks. The Navy recently conducted trials of all three variants from the warship deployed in Arabian Sea and found the performance satisfactory. Consider the following statements. The directive principles of state policy in the Constitution of India lays down in Article 40 that the government shall facilitate the establishment of smooth functioning of Gram Panchayats. The 74th Constitutional Amendment added Part 9 titled the Panchayats to the Constitution. Which of the above statements are correct? So the first statement is correct. Directive Principles or DPSPs in Article 40 say that they should facilitate the establishment of smooth functioning of Gram Panchayat. However, DPSPs are not enforceable. Therefore, in 73rd Amendment, a new part was added, Part 9, which titled the Panchayats. Therefore, second statement is wrong. It is 73rd Constitutional Amendment and not 74th, which makes option A the correct answer. The directive principles of state policy in the Constitution of India lays down in Article 40 that the government shall facilitate the establishment on smooth functioning of Gram Panchayats. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment added Part 9 titled the Panchayats to the Constitution. Consider the following statements regarding Joint Logistics Node. The Joint Operation Division under the Headquarters Integrated Defense Staff pursued and enabled the establishment of JLNs. The government has operationalized the establishment of JLNs in Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata. Which of the above statements are incorrect? So the first statement here is correct. However, the second statement is incorrect. The establishments are in Mumbai, Guwahati, and Port Blair, which makes option B the correct answer. Recently, the Chief of Defence Staff General has operationalized the third Joint Logistic Node in Mumbai. The Joint Operations Division under the Headquarters Integrated Defence Staff pursued and enabled the establishment of JLNs. The government has operationalized the establishment of JLNs in Mumbai, Guwahati, and Port Blair. The JLNs will provide integrated logistic cover to the armed forces to the small and arm ammunition, ration, fuel, general stores, civil hire transport, aviation clothing, spares, and also engineering support in an effort to synergize their operation efforts. Next up, we have our practice question. Consider the following pairs: ASEAN, Jakarta, Indonesia; International Monetary Fund, Geneva, Switzerland; Asian Development Bank, Mandaluyong, Philippines; Amnesty International, Vienna, Austria. Which of the above pairs are correctly matched? So you can answer this question in the comment section and we will take this up tomorrow. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We shall meet again tomorrow with another segment. Till then, stay safe, stay updated.